Good morning once again, students. So today we have already discussed about nursing diagnosis in the previous class. So now we will be discussing about planning phase. So planning is the important third step of nursing process. It is a purposeful activity which involves the critical thinking. It is the determination of what is to be done and when is to be done and who will do and also how to evaluate the results. So planning is a complete thing. For example, if you are going to do curry for in your day-to-day life, one example I'm giving so that it will be easier for you to connect with this. So that is, if you are going to prepare a curry, so to perform or to prepare the recipe better, what you are doing, previously you are going through the recipe, you are arranging all the articles aside, all the ingredients aside, and you are following the proper steps. What you have to do, you are following a plan, you are preparing accordingly, you are doing it. So out at the final output you are getting a tasty dish as you have like expected. Like the same way only planning means it requires a lot of steps, it requires a lot of procedures which you are planning, which you are expecting to do so, and after doing that you are expecting that there will be a good result will be coming out afterwards. So basically critical thinking, which we have studied in the first session of this class, that critical thinking is a process where the nurses are thinking, analyzing the things, thinking the things analytically. They are thinking with reasons why the procedures are to be done and why they are to be done with the steps. They are properly analyzing the thing, they are knowing why they are performing it and when the procedure is to be performed. For all the procedure they are having the adequate knowledge, and also they are well known about the procedure so that betterly they can plan their activities. What is the definition of this? Planning is a deliberative, systematic phase of the nursing process. It involves decision making and problem solving. It has been given by Cozier in 1975. It means planning is a deliberative, systemic phase. Means it has step by step phase, and you cannot skip one phase and directly jump into one another. So you have to complete first your first step, and afterwards you can move towards the second step. So the nursing process also involves the decision making and problem solving processes, which makes it more confident the nurses to perform their activities. So, what is the purpose of this? For the purpose of this is the direct client care activities to establish the continuity of the care, to focus on the proper documentation, and encourage the delegation of care activities. So what it explains, that if there is certain activities which you have to deliberate to other persons, you can do it. You have to focus on proper documentation. Whatever planning you are doing, you are writing it on a nursing note, so in that manner you are maintaining the documentation process as well, and you are maintaining up as continuously you are doing it, so you can understand that how the process is going on, whether it is improvising, it is having any effort in improvising the person's health status or not, whether the person's health status is increasing or decreasing, or continuous the data you are having. And by look after that your planning note in the nursing note, while you will see that, you can understand what is the um, growth of the care procedure, you can analyze. Then direct client care activities also the nurses are involved by this planning phase. So type of planning, what all are the type of planning? There are several kinds of planning, I can tell you. Then I can segregate it into basically three parts, that is initial planning, ongoing planning, and discharge planning. So there are three planning steps. In other books you can get some more, but basically which we are following inside the hospital is basically three. So these three you have to write it. That initial planning means the planning is done immediately after the initial statement is the initial planning, and the planning must be started early because the turn towards the shorter hospital stay. so that when the person comes to the hospital, immediately after that, within 15 minutes of time, you are starting as the patient care, you are starting an initial assessment you are doing, and that is called as the initial planning phase. The planning must be started early because the train towards the shorter hospital stay. So if we want the patient to stay a shorter period in hospital, because a shorter period of hospital stay prevents them from acquiring other hospital acquired infections, and also get them treatment earlier, so that they will be cured so fast, and so soon they will be get cured on. Then next is ongoing planning. So what is ongoing planning? The ongoing planning is done by all the nurses who give care to the client. They carry out the daily planning by using the ongoing assessment. So daily basis, what all assessment you are collecting, basing upon that only you are making your plannings. So that planning point you have to focus on, and you can give a continuous care to the person. Next is discharge planning. So what do you mean by discharge planning? The term itself describes that when the person is going to be discharged, at that time what all planning is required is known as the discharge planning. So let's see what is the discharge planning, what is required in the discharge planning. Discharge planning is the process of planning about the needs which will occur after the discharge of the client. It is a crucial part of comprehensive health care and should be included in every client's nursing care plan. Why it is required? Because in hospital, the hospital setup is like that, it will assist the patient in each and every activities, so that the person will not feel isolated, and he can perform all his activity properly. So before going from the hospital, we are making the patient competent and also self capable to perform all his daily living activities. So after going from the hospital, what all are the possible problems will arise for the person? According to that, we are making a care plan, and also we are making the patient relative to understand this, and how to treat this or how to deal with this, we are making them understand. Or else if they are facing any kind of problem, then they can bring the patient to the hospital. So in this way, the nursing discharge care plan is being prepared. So next, which we are going to study, is establishing the priorities. So establishing the priorities means what? We have gathered so many data in assessment phase, so everything we cannot focus at a time. So at a time we can function only one. So from that we have to segregate which is the important part. For example, one person is bleeding, he came to the emergency ward. Another person came with a like chest pain, then also he is coming to the hospital. Next to that, one more person is coming with headache. So whom we will get give the more priority to the person, as the person is bleeding? Like the same way, if all these conditions will associated with only one person, like the person is have any kind of road accident, and the person is having massive bleeding, the person is having a crushed injury, the person there is massive blood loss is there, the person is there are multiple fractures over the body. So what you have to treat first? You have to first of all you have to uh, you have to treat the excessive blood loss, which may be fatal within some a few minutes and cause the shock to the hypovolemic shock to the person. So before that, you have to manage the critical, you have to manage like the bleeding procedure itself. So as per that, as per using your critical thinking and your managerial skills, you are deciding that which is the important thing and which you have to treat fast. So as per that only you are setting your priority. So that is setting your priority, and as per that only you have to focus. First thing first, and second thing secondarily, you can which all thing can be treated, you have to make a list for that. Next, a priority means something that something most important among the several items, or something that takes the precedence in position. So by establishing the priorities, the nurse is making the decisions. regarding the most important needs of the client. Priority is trained to the change as the condition of the client changes. So if the like for example, today anything could be the person's priority, but tomorrow it could be changed as per the patient health status or health condition. So regular basis you have to assess the patient to assess that what is the basic requirement of the person. Then life threatening in the client's highest priority need include the following. Like I told you, that life threatening situation like breathing difficulty or massive blood loss, like if the massive blood loss is there due to any injury, that you can include. Then life threatening situation also includes like cardiac arrest, so all those things come first. Then any need which requires the intermittent action, for example preparation for the test, or can be given to them. And next is any problem which is very important to the client, for like acute pain, the person is having acute pain, then we have to treat it faster. Then medium priority needs are those they have unhealthy consequences to the client, but they are not life threatening. Stress, incontinence, all these things are can be included in that. Low priority needs are those that can be resolved easily and are not having much significance to the client. A mild pain after the minor surgery. Maslow's hierarchy is the need. Maslow's hierarchy, Maslow is a person. He had given a hierarchy scale by which you can rank which comes first. So like first comes the psychological need of the person, then safety and security of the person always require a love and belongingness. Self esteem needs are also with the person, and self actualization. These all are the things which we have to follow on.